Hi, Opus family. I think I have to sneeze. Pardon me. Nope. I guess I don't. Hey guys, it's Kayla. I'm the client account consultant here at Opus Management, and welcome to Water Cooler Wednesday. I hope today finds you guys doing well. I apologize for missing last week. Things got a little sideways and we were still driving back from Columbus, so I apologize. So back on track for our regularly scheduled Wednesday talks. I hope you guys are as excited as I am to be in third quarter. I know that we talked about, wow, that was wrong. I hope you guys are as excited as I am to be in fourth quarter. I know in third quarter we talked about checking in this month and looking at, the goals that we set for the year, how we're going to finish out the year, and really having that game plan together, right? So I hope that, one, you are way ahead of where you thought you would be at this time. But if you're not, you are not alone. I will tell you. So we've talked, off and on kind of about my goals and, where we're headed, where, everybody's kind of headed, right? So professional goals, personal goals. I don't get into a ton of my professional goals here outside of like the growth that I want to see in myself, just because I can't tell you guys all our secrets, right? But anyway, personally, we had talked about, I told you guys, in August, I attended the National Snaffle Bit Association's World Show, and then actually the last 2 weeks, I attended the All-American Quarter Horse Congress. Those two shows have been on my bucket list for a really long time, and I really struggled with making sure that, I really struggled with believing enough in myself to attend those shows, honestly. Believing in my horse and my ability to show my horse to get it done. And with the little stud horse that I have now, he and I have been showing together about 4 years, and I feel like, we're pretty strong in a lot of things, and we do a lot of things well, and I really felt like, with some things in between, we were pretty damn prepared. And I wasn't wrong, but I also wasn't as good as I could have been, right? There was definitely some room for opportunity for me. There was definitely some things that I had to work on and make some changes with that, and we did in between both shows. But I did place in a class at each show, so I did get my name called, which was pretty cool. Especially considering the show that we left out of Columbus is the largest single breed show, basically. In the world, best we can tell, at least in the United States, in North America, and for that, I'm super proud of getting my name as a non-professional. I'm not a horse trainer, but getting my name called in a class that was all horse trainers, and there was about 80-something horses in that class. So that was really cool. But now that, I'm back, it's time to kind of, reassess what my goals were for this year, what my goals are going to be, coming up for next year, and where we're headed. And when I start thinking about that, and as you should too, it makes me think about, what am I really calling success? And in this day in social media, I think we have to be really clear, and we've talked about this, we have to be pretty clear about what determines success, what does success look like, and how are we really going to measure it? Because just because you have 10,000 followers doesn't mean that you're engaging the right audience. So for those of you that are, in sales or providing a service, like, you have to have the right clientele following you in order to drive your business and in order to, make sure that you're marketing the right person. So I would rather have, 100 people that are consistently booking with me, and helping organically promote my stuff, versus having 1,000 people that never engage with whichever platform you're on, or 10,000 people that never engage, never promote, and never actually utilize anything, right? If they're not contacting you, if they're not getting on your website, if they're not, using your service, what good are they? So you've got to take some time now as we're going into the quarter. What does success look like? And, and then with that, what are your goals? So this goes way back to probably, honestly, I'm going to say, I don't know, I think it's February, maybe April, that we talked about SMART goals and how we measure those things, right? So your SMART goals and, getting specific, making sure it's measurable and obtainable, and being time bound. So as you're thinking of the goals that you were looking for with your business this year or for yourself personally, where are you at with those? We're in that third quarter. We're in that crunch time, right? Does anybody remember what their New Year's resolutions were? Because how many people miss New Year's resolutions? How many people have forgotten about them? Now that we're going into third quarter, like, crap, you made those in January. It's October, guys. We're coming down to the end of the year. And so what do those goals look like? How are we measuring them? Are they still attainable? Do we need to kind of scale it back so that we've got something to celebrate? Have you celebrated at all this year? Have you celebrated those wins? I know I did. While I didn't make it into, the top 5 like I had hoped and thought, and that was my goal, I still got my name called out in groups of really big horses. I still have gained, a lot of leads and planted a ton of seeds as far as professionally and work. And I'm getting better about recognizing those opportunities to help, other small businesses grow and use resources, like an enterprise, but not pay the enterprise prices. So as you think about those, celebrate the little wins, right? Because we can't just constantly be nose to the grindstone. Yeah, that'll get you a long way, but it's going to burn you out. So take a minute and make sure that, you've celebrated those small wins. So look at today. Where were you? How far have you come? How much have you grown? Are you actually tracking it? Because that'll get you. I did that at one point in time, right? Like, I wasn't tracking it. I wasn't measuring where I was at. I couldn't find something to actually measure it. For those of you that are looking, to grow your portfolio, how many new clients do you have? For those of you that are looking, to grow your reach so that you can fill jobs quicker, like, how fast are you filling jobs? If you're trying to, if you're gauging and trying to increase your employee engagement, what is your turnover percentage now? How many people have quit? As you're looking at that, how many people have just left? So take a look at those things. Make sure that you're measuring them. Give yourself that check-in each time, and then celebrate what you have won at. Have that celebration and, get excited. Throw yourself that little party. For us today here on the Texas coast, it's a great day to do it. It's raining. I'm sure my feed has gotten all kinds of janky on you guys here at least once or twice. For those of you that are watching. And that's the thing, take some time to break that down. If you're not having to really dive into major projects today, and look at, where you were and where you're going, and are you measuring it? Are you celebrating those successes? And then what changes do we need to make? Do we need to pivot and make a change? So I had to. with my horse goals, right? After NSBA World, I realized that I wasn't quite as refined as I needed to be, so I sought help. I reached out to a friend of mine, and I said, hey, I need some help. Can I come get some lessons? Have you ride my horse for a minute? And, she rode him for a couple of days for me and said, hey, we're going to change X, Y, and Z. And it took me to another level. We're not all the way I needed to be, but dang, we're getting close. So we're going to keep working on some things, and, we're going to hit the next goal. And so now I added another goal for November. I've added another show and another goal for that show that, pretty dang attainable. I can measure it, and we can celebrate whether I blow that goal out of the water or if, we just make it. It's a big goal. So even if I don't make it all the way to it, it's still going to be really successful when I don't. And I'm going to celebrate it either way. Unless we just completely bomb. Then I'm not going to celebrate. I'm going to have to change tactics. So we're going to look at, as we go through this at the end of this quarter, we can talk about some different things depending on what you guys have got going on. I would love to, dig into where, what you're struggling with. Let's talk about that. What are some of the things that, are your goals for the end of the year as we start wrapping up? And then we can start planning for next year, right? So, January will be here before we know it. It'll be a new year. Let's take a look at, where did you start this year? What do you want to get through next year? What is really your big picture? Looking at that 5-year plan and then breaking it down to the 1 year and then breaking it down to, each quarter, each month, and then each week. What do we need to do each week? What do we need to gain each week? What does that mean for you each day? Having that clear roadmap is going to make a huge difference for you guys. It makes a huge difference for me on a daily basis, letting me know, hey, this is what we've got to get done. And if I miss it one day, that just means I've got to do more work the next day in order to catch up to it. So I hope y'all are having a wonderful week. I hope your weather's better than what mine is right now, although I kind of am excited about having some rainy day weather today, and get to work on your goals. Get to thinking on your goals. We can talk about them more. Share with us on any of our social media platforms. We'd love to hear it. If you've got questions, check us out at opusmanagement.us. You can schedule some discovery time. That's a free meeting with us, so we can talk about what your goals are, what your pain points are, how we can help you, if we can help you, what solutions we bring to the table, and what changes we can make to make your life and your business easier, let it run itself, and ultimately free up some of your time so you do what it is you do best. But we will talk to you guys next week, same time, every Wednesday. Almost every Wednesday I'm here. Can't promise it's every Wednesday because some weeks get a little out of control. But my name's Kayla. I'm the client account consultant with Opus Management. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. We would love to see you guys there. We'd love to have you follow us and let us know how we can help you better navigate whether it's technology or your business goals. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, guys.